We are back with another video. I know a lot of people will be surprised that today it is a black deck. I usually play a lot of yellow, but today I decided to switch it up and test a lot of new decks. We played a very spicy deck, I would say. A lot of people sleep on the black deck, but I found a list that worked out very well today. I went X1. I lost in the finals to Blue Imperial Dramon. Antibody is an incredible card. I would definitely say that. But for the eggs, we'll go ahead and start off. One of the starter decks, Comporimon, giving anything that has a blocker plus 1000 DP on your turn. Then I have 4 of the Bt5 Comporimon that gives anything that has reboot 1000. Comes up a lot. Then for my rookies, I play 3 of the blocker Agumon. It's a blocker. That's nothing too complicated. I play 4 of the toy Agumon. Given anything that digivolves over at reboot is a part of why this deck is really good. Then I play 4 of the Hagurumon. Being a 2 cost just helps you continue to play a lot on your turn and not allow your opponent to do too much on their turn without passing by, unless you hit a memory tamer. Then I play 1 toy Agumon. It was a cool spice tech. Like, when you have a lot of blockers on the field, your opponent usually doesn't want to attack, and then therefore you draw cards every time. This is my 13 rookies. I may change it to the Agumons to the other rookie blocker, but haven't decided yet. Then for the 4s, 4 of the Greymon. I think this is like one of the better 4s, I believe. It gives anything that has reboot jamming, and that just is insane. Jamming is an insane mechanic. I play another 4 of the 1 cost blocker that came from the structure deck. Being a 1 cost blocker is just really nice in this deck. Then I play 3 of the Numemons. Being a level 4 that's a 1 cost evolve and a rookie hard cost is just really good. If I could max out on these, I definitely would. The only thing I would change, I might take out like 1 or 2 of these and play the new blocker that came out in the recent set, that when it survives a battle, when you're blocked with it, it unsuspends itself. I think that card is really good. I just didn't have any to test. Then we have the level 5s, the Metal Greymons, that give anything that is over it a security +1 if it has reboot. And the card itself has reboot. So you normally put this over the Greymon and then you just start swinging with jamming. It's really nice. And then it gives itself reboot, so even if you don't have the egg or the 3 toy Agumon, it stands itself. I have 2 of the War Monzimons. Being a 2 cost level 5 to evolve is insane. I have 1 of the Mega Dramon. I regret playing only 1. I would probably bump it up to 2. Then I played 2 of the Magogamon. I regret playing this card because yes, it does give 2k DP when the card has reboot, but I feel like it's not necessary because more times than not you have jamming, and when you get higher over 5, a lot of your cards are already strong enough, so you can just kind of start swinging out. For my 6s, I played 2 Hyandramon. Being a level 6, that's a 2 cost to evolve over 5 is insane. To boot with it, it has 12k DP, which I thought was also a nice addition. I played 1 Blitz Greymon just because digivolving and having piercing is kind of good. A lot of people want to block your moves, and then you can just punish them for blocking or piercing through it. May change it. I wish I could find another power card, maybe Craniumon or something, or even the Black War Greymon that has blocker. One of the MVPs of the deck, Metal Garurumon, the Digiverse 2 to delete one of your opponent's 6 costs or less is really good. And even if you can't delete it, you can trash the top of your opponent's security stack. So it kind of works like how Mastermon does, except for it's not a 4 cost to evolve, it's a 3, but it is a Digiverse 2, which I still kind of like because it has reboot in itself. So sometimes you don't need to have reboot egg or the reboot 3 toy Agumon under it, and it still gives you a +1 or anything when you're swinging with jamming as well. It just becomes really good. For my 7s, I played 2 Omni Zwarts, and I played 3 Zwart defeats. The reason behind this is give these things +1 security, reboot, jamming. It becomes a nuisance, and they have to figure out how to out these cards quick. This also being insecurity comes up, and it's just another body, and these cards become even more insane with the Tamers that I play. Also, Zwart being able to mill the top 3 of your cards and summon back any of your, like, what is it, 12 or less? No, not 12 or less, like 8 or less is insanely good. I love that effect. Moving on, Tamers, I played 2 Izzy. Being able to look at the top of cards of your deck and rearrange them to see what better benefits you in the situation at hand or coming up, and then you can digivolve over your cards to get it, is really good. I actually really enjoyed that card. Then I play 2 of the Tai and Matashita. This giving, yes, it does gain you 2 memory when your opponent has 6 or higher, but the important effect is the +1 security for anything that has Omnimon in their name. Hence, we have Zwart and Zwart defeat. And then the last card I played in my deck, 1 Mega Digimon Fusion. This card is insane. It's almost just like Hidden Potential, except for at least your card goes to the bottom of the deck. And the deck actually overperformed today. Like I said, I went X1. I was trying to figure out how to make black a really good deck besides just being a Zwart Turbo, but I found out like having jamming and security +1 on a lot of your cards becomes a nuisance for your opponent, especially if it has reboot. So just imagine you having to play against this, and it's swinging +1 without the tamer, or +2, +3 max with the 2 tamers, and it has jamming and reboot. And don't forget, like, your 5s can give it a blocker, so now you have a 15 blocker, 13 blocker that has jamming or reboot, and you can swing +2. It eventually just kills your opponent outright faster than they can kill you. But that is all for today on the deck profile. Thank y'all for coming by and watching. Please don't forget to leave a comment at the bottom. Please click the bell, subscribe. It does help get my views or my page seen, and I would greatly appreciate that. I will see you guys later.